Okay, so the false card you have your past is the horrible old tower. The tower can be okay. It can be all about change, big, huge change, shaking things up. It's not nice to go through the tower, obviously, but then after that, after things have settled down, you kind of look back and you realize that was the best thing for me, even though it felt horrible. That's the kind of thing I'm seeing there. It's like this big, realization. I think you're with someone. I'm seeing a love connection you're with. I'm seeing a relationship. And I think this is what I'm getting. I know this sounds really strange. I know this is going to sound a bit strange, but it's like this feels right and wrong at the same time. It's almost like, so you're with this person and it's almost like this feels a bit too good to be true. This feels a bit too good to be true. And with you, with Taurus, you're such a realist. You're a huge realist. You like stability. You don't like anyone who's going to give you some kind of fancy talk and mess you around and, give you lots of, oh, you're amazing and gorgeous and blah, 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 and all that. Here's loads of roses. Obviously, everyone likes all that. But you would rather have someone who is real. You want someone who's going to be honest. You want someone who's going to be stable. Truth. The good and the bad. You want to take the good and bad. You want to know who they truly are. You don't want to know, the roses. You want to know them. That's kind of what I'm getting. It felt a little bit too good to be true. I'm getting that. They were telling you all these words, maybe. They were saying all these things. I'm getting all of that kind of thing. But you wanted the stability. You didn't want all the fancy words. You wanted the stability. And I think once you had that realization, you realized there's no stability here. There's no stability. And a tower needs stability. It needs foundations. And if they're not there, it falls down. Any lightning strike, one thing that happens, a tiny thing might go wrong. The whole thing falls over if you don't have that. And you knew that all along. Very, very sad though, because I think you did have a lot of feelings for this person. I think you gave a lot to this person. And I think because on the one hand, it's like, this is so right and this is so wrong. I keep on getting that. It feels right and wrong. It feels so right. I want this to work. I want this to be right. But it feels so wrong. I don't think that stability's there. And you were right about that. So even though you're right, it's like a kind of a hollow victory. I was right, but I wish I wasn't right. And so that's what I'm getting, that kind of unstable, no substance. It's like all words, no substance. That's what I'm getting with this relationship there. Awful feeling, I know. But yeah, with the tower coming down, we learn from that. And so, it's like a solemn realization. It looks like maybe, I don't know, it looks like maybe there were two sides to this person as well. I don't know if you know this. There's a little bit of vindictiveness even, or something not very good, a little bit of spite around this person. Maybe you don't know that. I'm just looking at these little yods coming down the tower, and it's like tears of fire, tears of anger, tears of bitterness. I think they're still looking back at this. I think they're having lots and lots of mixed emotions about what happened between you, and they're looking back and they're kind of bitter, angry, upset, lots of things all at once. It might have calmed down now. I'm not sure exactly where you are, but I think at one time they were feeling that. They still have feelings around this. I'm getting that really clearly. I think you've left all this behind, because I think you've left the tower behind. You've learned from all this. I can see that. They might not have shown you this kind of slightly, bitter, vindictive or whatever side of themselves yet, because I'm just looking over at the Nine of Cups here. It's right next to this. And, this man's hiding things behind the curtain there. So they've hidden something. You might not be seeing all the sides of them. You might know this, you might not, I don't know. But if you don't know this, just be aware of that side of them, because they've still got these feelings. They might actually come back. They might show you something. So watch out. There's a little bit of another storm that might be in front of you as well. Don't worry. It's nothing terrible. It's not a big tower, but it's just a little bit more that you do have to go through with them, I think. So I just want you to be aware of that. I don't want to be negative. But that's a possibility, I think, just seeing that. So I have to show you if that's what I'm seeing. Yeah, they still want to be with you. They still want to be with you. But the thing is, they couldn't show you all of them. They were hiding something. They were hiding something. They still are. They weren't showing you the realism, the realism, the real them. That's what I'm getting, the real them. You are Earth. You want the real. You want the Earth. You don't want the fancy stuff. You want the Earth. And I think you realised you weren't getting that, and that was it. Okay, there's a lot happening around you, lots and lots of, it feels like turmoil, but it's actually heading in the right direction for you. So you might be feeling like you're still a little bit in the turmoil of this tower, but it's all going in the right direction for you. So just sit tight, it's all going to be over soon, and you'll look back and you'll say, okay, yes, that happened for that reason, that happened for that reason. It's actually led me in a really good direction. So just don't stress if you're still in the middle of a bit of turmoil. It's going to end, and it's happening for a reason. I know that sounds so cringy when people say that, but it's true. It's true. Yeah, and you didn't need the stress of them. They were giving you lots of stress as well. Lots and lots of stress, because you didn't know where you were with them. They weren't showing you who they were, and that's stressful for you. That's stressful for you. Sorry, I'm repeating myself. Okay, I'll talk about the King of Wands here as well, because I'm getting this again. Look at this king. He's the king of passion. You know, he's the king of fire. He knows exactly what to say. He can be a little bit of a player sometimes, this king. He wants to give what he gives. He wants to give something to someone. He wants to give his love. He wants to give his passion to someone. But he's not standing up and walking forward. So this is telling me the same thing again. They weren't stepping forward and giving you all of them. They were just giving you part of them. And you don't want that. You want someone who's going to meet you halfway. They weren't going the full way with you. So I'm seeing that again with this king. And the thing is with you, when you decide you want someone, when you give to someone, when you give to a relationship, you give everything to that relationship. And I think what was happening, because you were giving your all and they were just giving half of them, you were making up for the bit that they weren't giving you, if that makes sense. So you were 2/3 of the relationship and they were 1/3 or something like that. And so, you know, it was all completely out of balance, and that's why it fell over. Because if something's out of balance, that's what happens. And, you know, I think with this Fool card, because I'm seeing that, I'm going all over the place, but I'm going into the Fool card now. I think what the Fool card's telling you is coming out of this situation. If you're single and if you come out of this and you're thinking about, okay, what have I learned from this? What can I do when I go into my next relationship? Because I've always given and given and given and given to everyone, and it hasn't worked. It hasn't worked. It tips over. They give less and I give more, and I don't want that to happen anymore. The Fool can be a little bit selfish. He just goes where he wants to go. He doesn't care what anyone tells him. He doesn't care what anyone thinks. He just does what he wants to do. So I think the message here is, when you go into your next relationship, or if you're in one now, give to yourself first. Give to yourself first. Build yourself up first. Think about yourself first. Go on your own path, the path that you want to go down. And a strong person, the person that has that substance, the substance you want, the strength you want, the strong person's going to meet you on your path. They're not going to expect you to kind of follow after them. They'll follow after you, and they'll have that strength to meet you halfway on your path. So I think that's what the message there is. And the other thing is, you've got a lot of big, really, really good things ahead of you. I'm seeing achievements, and I think you're going to have that one-sidedness, not one-sidedness, what's the word there? One-eyedness, if that makes sense. You're going to have to really look forwards, not listen to what anyone says, not listen to this side or that side. You've got things that you're going to achieve in front of you, really, really important things, and I think you know what that is. You can't have any of these half-hearted people or silly people or people that are going to kind of fall over. near you. You can only have strong people around you, or you want no one. And I think that's what's happening now, coming into your present. Okay, so I hope that all makes sense to someone. I hope it's not too crazy. Again, I'm a little bit afraid because it's the first time I've done this for a while. Okay. All right, so the first card you have your presence, the Nine of Cups. So yeah, I think you did the right thing. I think you did the right thing by moving on, if this is all resonating with you. I know that's probably going to disappoint some cross watchers because it feels like they still would like to have you back. It feels like, and the reason why that is was because you were part of their strength. You made up that strength. They can't stand up by themselves. They're like a little piece of paper in the wind flapping around, and you held them up because you were their strength. But you don't want someone like that. You want someone who's going to be strong for you. That's what I'm seeing. There's lots of longing, lots and lots of longing coming from them. Oh, I wish I had them back. Oh, I wish I had that back. I wish I had that back. I'm getting that really strongly. And lots of emotion in their head. Look at this man. Look at this card, the Nine of Cups. So the cups are all above this man's head. So what's on their mind is emotion, remembering what they had with you. And again, they remember the protection and the strength you gave them. Because again, look at the cups. They're forming this arch. Arches can be about protection. You know, if you're in a storm, if you're in the rain, you go under an arch, you go under a bridge, and it protects you like an umbrella. And that's what you gave them. And they miss that from you. I'm seeing that here. But I don't think they're telling anyone that's how they're feeling. You know, again, you've got this cloth, so he's hiding his feelings behind the cloth. But the cups are giving it away. They're feeling, they've got all these feelings about you. They've got all these emotions about you still. They'd absolutely like you back. I'm getting that really clearly. Yeah, this is what I'm getting. This is what's in their head. This is what I think's in their head, if this is you. If I asked them back again, if I came and said to them, please have me back, and they said yes, I'd have them back tomorrow. I'd have them back tomorrow. So they'd have you back tomorrow. If you'd only come and say yes, if you'd only come and give them a sign, they'd have you back tomorrow. They would have you back tomorrow. I'm seeing that really clearly. But you can't say yes to a half person. And you can't say yes to someone who's not showing you who they are. Because who are you saying yes to? You don't know. So I think that's where you're coming from. Yeah, there's something else here. A reward. So this is what I was seeing that you're heading into with the Fool card. Yeah, there's a personal reward here. A personal reward. Very personal. This is something you've been trying to achieve for a long time. I think you've tried and you've failed. I'm getting this. Maybe all through your life. It's like, I've tried, I've failed. I've tried, I've failed. Tried, I've failed. Picked myself up again. Tried again. Failed again. This time you're going to be able to do this. Now, I think you're going to have someone helping you with this. It feels like someone's quite... This is someone who's a little bit strict, a bit professional. I'm looking down at the Hierophant, so there's this kind of strictness. They know what they're talking about. So maybe you've hired someone to help you with something. You've hired a professional for some reason. What I'm seeing here, I'm getting the words, you're in good hands. So you're in good hands with this person. You're in good hands with this person. And with them and with you, you're going to achieve this very important, very personal victory. You'll be trying to achieve this for a long time. I keep on seeing this. It's like I'm seeing all these hurdles in front of you and you've kind of fallen over all the hurdles. Now you're going to jump over this hurdle. I'm seeing that really clearly. Beautiful victory. Very good. Yeah, and after you've done this, after you've jumped over this hurdle, you're going to feel like the Fool. Look how free he is. It's like, I'm free, I can do this. I know I can do this now. I've got all this confidence. I can move, I can breathe. So it might be that you're physically restricted in some way. It might be that you weren't able to move to somewhere or do something. And now you'll be able to do that. You'll be able to do that. So fantastic. Freedom. And you've got the Sun card there as well over there. Lots and lots of freedom in that card too. Okay, so with the Hierophant, which is the next one here, again, someone official, something official, a professional that you might be employing to help you achieve something. And they know exactly what they're talking about. They're very, very smart. Might be someone like a professor, might be some very, very high-ranking professional. They've studied a lot to get to where they are. That's what I'm getting. Again, you're in safe hands with whoever this is. Okay, I'm just seeing this. Just be a little bit careful of maybe overspending, overdoing things at this time. I'm seeing problems. Not that you're going to have money problems, but I think that you should really have some money. You should have a cushion around you at this time. Make sure you don't overspend. There's a problem that might happen with some indulgence. You might be feeling a little bit like, yay, I'm free now. I'm going to do this. I'm going to buy this. I'm going to do this. I'm going to treat myself. Fantastic. There's nothing wrong with treating yourself, but I am seeing this a little bit of a warning that you need to be strict around yourself with money at this time. Just be a little bit careful, rein yourself in. I'm just looking at this sequence because the Nine of Cups can be about being a bit self-indulgent. You know, he's a bit fat, he's got all these cups, so sometimes that can be over drinking. I'm not saying you're doing that, but you've got this overindulgence card. Then you've got the Hierophant, which can be about, you know, strictness, discipline. So I think that's the message with those two. So I'm just seeing that for someone. So, and yeah, you've got the Page of Pentacles. So there's money. So be careful of overspending. So I'll talk about the Page of Pentacles now. A few different things here. Okay, so there's a little bit of I'm seeing a problem person. Now, it's someone. This feels like someone that's in your head, actually. It feels like this is someone that's in your head. They're not around you, but they're in your head. Someone who's caused you lots of problems in your past. I don't know if it's a relative. Someone who's caused you lots of problems. This is a very, they're not all that mature. They're very money-minded. Look at the way this page is looking at the money. Very money-minded. You've got them in your head. You've always had them in your head. You've tried to get them out of your head. They've always brought you problems. What I'm seeing here is you're going to move out of this dark energy, this very difficult energy of this person. And I think when you get through this personal milestone, you're going to be like, I'm on top of the world. I'm like the fool now. I've passed this hurdle. I'm much stronger now. I feel so much better now. I don't care what this horrible energy says. I don't care what this old, whether it's a relative, this person who used to say horrible things to me. I don't care what they say anymore. I'm throwing them out of my head. I'm moving beyond them now. So you're going to get that out of your head. And I think it's going to come after this victory, if that all makes sense to you. Beautiful, beautiful freedom when you've got that person out of your head. Very difficult person from your past. The other thing I'm seeing in this Page of Pentacles is this ex-love connection again. They keep on coming up here. I know you've left them behind. You don't want the Tower back again, but they're thinking about you. They're looking up to you. They want that back again. And again, look at this. They're looking up to the coin. Look at this page. Looking up to the coin. So you gave them stability, and they want that back again. Excuse me. So they want that stability back again. And you don't want someone like the Page. You don't want someone like the Page. You don't want a child. You don't want someone who doesn't know what they're doing. You don't want someone who's unsure of themselves. Pages are students, you know, they're teenagers. You don't want the Page of Pentacles. You want the King of Pentacles. That doesn't mean you want money. It just means that you want someone who's a lot more stable. You want someone who knows what they're doing. You want someone who's going to be bringing you things, not taking from you. So I'm getting that really strongly there. So that's kind of another lesson there. Again, I don't want to be bossy. I don't want to give you lessons, but this is what I'm seeing all through this reading. Okay. So yeah, for your future. So I'll go to your future. The first card you've got is the Page of Swords. So you've got two pages, one right after the other. So again, immature energy, not being sure who you are. That's what immaturity is. feeling a little bit rocky. And if you look at this Page of Swords, he's on this hill, but it's it's all mossy, it's all green. So if you've got moss, it's not very stable. You can slip off, fall over. So that's how they feel without you, this ex. Unstable, because you're Taurus, you're stable, and they feel very unstable without you. But I think for you it's too late. I really keep on seeing that over and over again. It's too late. You don't want to go back to that. You've got all these personal things, all these personal goals in front of you. It looks like you're trying to concentrate on that. You're getting your strength back. And so, yeah, I really don't think you need any of that. You want to know where you're going. You don't want any more instability. You don't want anyone who's immature. You don't want any of that behind you. So you're leaving that immature energy behind. I think there might be some communication that comes in again from this person, because I was seeing a bit of a storm again, and they represent that storm in the Tower. So I think they might come and communicate. Pages can be messages, and you've got two of them. But yeah, I don't think you're going to be all that interested. So it looks like they might come in with that. You might just say, no, I'm sorry, I really can't do this again, or something like that. Something like that. That's the kind of thing I'm seeing. They're going to keep on watching you. They're going to look out to see if you're going to change your mind, I think. But I really, really don't think you are. I really, really don't think you are. I'm getting that all through this reading. And so, yeah, I'll go on with the Sun, because this is where you're heading. This is where you're heading. You're heading away from the immaturity, away from the problems, away from the stress. You're going toward the Sun. You're going over this hurdle. You're breaking through this thing you've always wanted to do. And look at the Sun card. The child's broken through the wall. So again, you've failed in something. You've failed over and over again. Oh, why can't I do this thing? Why can't I do this thing? Now you've got this breakthrough coming. It's making you happy. It's going to make you feel a lot better, a lot freer. Look at this freedom. Now, and again, there's this professional, I keep on seeing that again with the Hierophant, helping you to get there, helping you to break through this, if that makes sense to you. Okay, I'm going to say this. I know some people don't like these messages, but I'm seeing this quite clearly here. I don't know if there's a child, some kind of relative of yours, or a child that isn't on this earth anymore. A young child, a baby. This is a very, very young child in this card. It feels like if that's you, if you know who that might be, if there's a child that's lost, they're watching over you. They're watching over you, and they love you. They're bringing you lots of warmth. They're bringing you lots of happiness. They're steering you through things. They're steering you through things. So if you ever go through these times where you're really, really down, you're like, oh, where's the ending to this? And then suddenly you go through this time of, oh, I'm feeling a bit warmth again. I'm feeling that warmth. I'm feeling that happiness. I'm feeling a bit better. I'm feeling a bit lighter. Yes, there's a motorbike. I'm feeling a bit lighter, a bit brighter. That's where that comes from, I think. That's that beautiful little angel watching over you. Absolutely beautiful, really beautiful. So I hope that resonates with some people. If you don't like that, I'm sorry. That's just what I was seeing. And so yeah, you've got the Empress. So I've got with the Empress, you've got this personal goal. It feels like you were restricted, and now you've got this freedom. So I'm not sure what that's about. It might be physical restriction, and now you're free. The Fool card's freedom, the Sun card's freedom. Beautiful freedom you're coming into now, really beautiful. And with the Empress, you've got this rest. You've got the rest after the storm. And the Empress is where she is because she's been through all of these storms. So you've got this beautiful, peaceful time up ahead of you. Beautiful, peaceful time. So you've got all these things. You're going to achieve this thing you failed at. You're getting this horrible energy out of your head. And you're going to be in this peace. And I think that's why, and that's what you want. You want peace, you want stability, you want all that. And that's why you are not, I don't think you're going to say yes to this person who's going to come back and communicate again. They don't make you feel like the Empress. They don't make you feel stable. They don't make you feel settled. They don't make you feel comfortable. You're very uncomfortable when you're with this person. You don't want to go through that again. So I really, really hope this helps someone. I really hope it's made sense. First time coming back with this. So that's all I'm going to say yet. That Taurus, obviously this is a general reading. It's not going to resonate with everyone. And thank you for watching.